Good afternoon. Welcome to the Open Gate Show. Remember to tell others they have to subscribe on YouTube to listen to the Open Gate Show. Tomorrow's 10 race card, Saturday, December 4th, is a bit interesting. But before I get to the race program, remember, rehydrate yourself with pure Jamaican Pride bottled water, pure water. Wear your mask, practice social distancing, and sanitize your hands. My commentary this afternoon will be based on protocols. There are some laws or rules or whatever you call it, well, even protocols set by man, of which there are protocols and there are protocols. There are protocols that are used to have some of society in one segment, as well as there are protocols that are used for all of society. The point I'm making, I have emphatically declared that I would love for Jason Acosta to win the 2021 juniors title. And I've been getting some backlash that I'm a journalist, and journalists should be neutral. I'm not a journalist. I don't consider myself a journalist. I'm a realist. And I am a human who look at reality. Surely that makes me a realist. The Acosta family, a lot of people don't know, especially those who didn't listen to that show preceding Wayne Acosta's timely passing. Elizabeth Acosta, 2 days rather, before she lost her husband, lost her only surviving brother who was very close to the family, that's Wayne, aka Ned. And then she lost her husband. Her children, Jason and Stephanie, are the only two, really. Her mom, oh yes, you can say a bit on that, but she's still around. But for me and for what I am really saddened, well, especially that I was closely associated up to a point in the life of Wayne Acosta, and even before that, his beautiful wife, Elizabeth. So on that basis, I want Jason Acosta to win the 2021 title. Well, that's it. On to another part of the Open Gate Show, groom Charlie McGoo. From a kid, he grew up at Caymanas Estates with his dad, who was assistant trainer to the late, great Island Cliggett. And Charlie was someone who learned the rigors of racing and developed into a good horseman. And when Mrs. Cliggett passed on, he went to team with Eddie Hamilton and has been doing very well, much like Person, by everyone. The Open Gate Show extends condolences to his family and friends. There are a host of horsemen at Caymanas Park who are severely ill, either from old age or the normal health issues like diabetes, etc., and maybe COVID too. The Open Gate Show hopes that their lives will be prolonged so that they can use it in making better their soul. That's what life is all about, in my opinion. Tomorrow's first race goes 7 furlongs or 1,400 meters. 12 starters. Post time 11:40 a.m. for native-bred foals and up, who've never won 3 races, as well as imported foals and up, who has not won 2 races. Number 1, Shaboom, just failed to overtake Zabatoni on last. That was 2 weeks ago, September 27th. sorry, November 20th, my apologies, going 7.5 furlongs. In blinkers, finished a neck second to that one's opportunity. Tomahawk was 3/4 lengths behind. Not the best drawn, and even though the blinkers are off, she has a good chance to win against, I would say, an easier set of horses, although she runs all the while with No Identity and Tomahawk. And this was the first time that Shaboom has finished in front of those. So it's interesting. Tomorrow, number 2 No Identity gets Shane Ellis and has only number 1 Shaboom and number 5 Tomahawk to worry about. Number 3 Another Cookie did well enough to against the top ones here. And last in that race, going 7.5 furlongs to finish 4/4 lengths 5th. Gets the blinkers on now and can get on the board. Well, this will be the first time Another Cookie will be blinkered. Number 4, Bold Sammy, close passing Tyron ones in that same race. Shaboom, No Identity et al. Ran in 2 weeks ago. Finished 6.25 and 6 behind those. Number 5, Tomahawk, ran 23 times. 2 wins, 7 second place, and 6 third place finishes. Take him if you want, again, as a banker or whatever. And it could be Tomahawk's time, especially that he is controlling speed in this race, unlike his previous races, especially the last one. Number 9, As You Wish, didn't do all that badly from the inside draw. As a matter of fact, the last twice this horse raced was on from the inner post and raced first of those 2 was on the 20th of November. And in the same race as Sabatoni, Shaboom and Tomahawk ran in As You Wish, finished 7.5 lengths 8th. Don't think this horse was interested then. Came back a week after the 27th of November and went up in class and finished 7th, 8 lengths behind Helicopter, I Diplomacy, Adore Brilliance. The Trilla Berger Female Apprentice was the rider then. They've changed to Jerome Innes. And I'm almost sure As You Wish will be much more focused this time around. So you can consider that horse for all your lower end of your exotics. Number 5, Tomahawk, for the last time, seeing he is against horses with similar final furlong characteristics. And Tomahawk, in my opinion, will be in front of those at the furlong point. Interesting. Number 1, though, Shaboom. Number 2, No Identity. Surely one of these 3 should win. Number 3, Another Cookie, and number 9, As You Wish, as I mentioned earlier, for the low exotics. Second race goes a mile or 1,600 meters. It's the co-feature, the Andrew H.B. Aguilar Memorial Cup. Andrew H.B. This cup is one of the oldest cup races to be run at Caymanas Park. The Andrew H.B. Aguilar has family that has been involved in horse racing. Trainer Gordon Lewis is one. It's great to have these long-standing memorial trophies. And, we'd love to see much more returned. But anyway, this race is for native 2-year-olds. It's the main special weight. 6 entries. Number 2, Rainsville has improved a bit, gets blinkers off, and has first-time Lasix. Don't ignore this horse, as he is suited to this stretched-out journey. He broke slowly from the gates on debut. That was on the 6th of November, yet was in front of number 3, Hidden Valley, for the first 3 furlongs. Additionally, he bettered Hidden Valley by 5 lengths on November 14th in the exercise spin of 5 furlongs in 101 and 4/5. Hidden Valley went 102 and 4/5. Number 3, Hidden Valley, only number 2 rather, sorry, only number 5, 31 Kisses, raced more than she. Got first time tongue tie, of which I'm a point to think that it will make a huge difference. Still though, this horse has to beat number 2, Rainsville, for me tomorrow. Number 6, Another Brother, was loudly whispered on debut the 20th of November, finishing third, 11 lengths behind particular Ogo Shumi, going 7 furlongs, finished third, 11 lengths. Have the coordinators now, and I'm wondering if the coordinators, well, some may be thinking that the coordinators is choosing this horse instead of number 2, Rainsville. I don't think he had a choice. Number 2, Rainsville, just over number 3, Hidden Valley. One of those two should win. Number 6, Another Brother, for third. Race 3 goes 3.5 furlongs or 700 meters, 13 entries. It's for 5 and up. It's a claiming race, 150 to 180,000, as well as native bred 6-year-olds who have never won, who have never earned 130,000 since July. Number 1, Belligerent King, strange claim by trainer Tenson Chung, who also has another entry in this race in number 7, Lucky Villa. Belligerent King has looked a bit improved and is capable of getting into the top 3 here. Number 2, Parajet, has speed, of which is a positive. Jockey trainer recently earned an upset win last week aboard Casual Affair in race 6. Number 3, Bacall, string 2 displays and last out the straight, finishing third on both occasions. Gets Philip Parchment, now a stronger jockey, Bacall in a race such as this, and from the informed stable of Marlon Anderson, could be considered for a low exotic spot. Number 6, Hail Mary, was a late starter 4 days ago, and now here should have a decent chance to get into the top 4, based on the effort on the 27th of September, going 4 furlongs straight. This horse closed to finish 2.5 and third at 38 to 1 to Cat Rigger and marker for Prince. Number 7, Lucky Villa, half brother to Secret Identity, who had an issue from a 2-year-old and was sent to the farm for a year and a half and returned, I would say, a year ago, or a little bit more than that. Lucky Villa showed some improvement on last and could continue to improve and be part of the outcome. Number 8, Freedom for Eds, obviously needed that race on last. My concern is, though, he has had 12 layoffs and now an 8-year-old that has run 32 times with only 2 victories. Very light for this and loves the straight. And in a race such as this, as I told you, anything can happen. Number 12, Original Train. His last race says a lot. That was on the 21st of November, going 5 furlongs straight. Finished half a length third behind Time to Say Goodbye and Paisley Stone Red after breaking slow out the gate. Either of those 2 horses that betted Original Train then would have been the logical 2 for this race, or the logical 1 if either of them was in this race. So a good chance, especially now well drawn. Number 13, Abogado, trainer Gregor Forsyth and jockey Anthony Thomas has a good strike rate when they team. One of these should win. Number 12, Original Train. Number 6, Hail Mary. I don't like Parajet to win. That's number 2, but he could be be placed in the top 5. Number 1, Belgian King. Also number 7, Lucky Villa. Race 4. This race is a race that, you know, there are races that looks very easy, and at times you have a mild upset and it has cast away majority of the pick 6 or pick 5 or tech 9, catch 9 rather. Players, 4 furlong straight or 800 meters straight. 11 entries is for native-bred 4s and up. The number 1, 2 races and imported 4 and up, who remains a maiden. Number 3, Blue Epiphany, won well approximately 2 weeks ago. Continues to look okay in the mornings. Number 4, Allen, should be able to get an exotic spot. Number 5, Duke Springs, last was his best showing. And he has done well. On the 15th of November, the last race of this horse ran out, this 5 furlong straight. This horse ended up half a length behind Cup of Soup. And could have needed that race. And back here now, well drawn with O'Shane Nugent. Duke of Springs must be given a good chance, as the credentials that he had shown on the 7th of August, going 5.5 furlongs, finishing 3 3/4 and third to another prosecutor, and Stevie the Great at 26-1, says a lot. Number 7, Morning Blossom, came off a sojourn and has been working in the dark to make his entry tomorrow. And, since November, only those with special binoculars could have seen this one. Let's see what Morning Blossom does in the daylight. Number 8, Buzz Assault, won off a 4-month break and is fitting now, but facing a few better. Number 11, Raindrops, could create upset. Very light and well drawn, and surely much fitter. Number 3, though, Blue Epiphany from number 5, Duke of Springs. Number 11, Raindrops. Number 4, Allen. Number 7, Morning Blossom. Race 5 goes 1,500 meters or 7.5 furlongs. 12 entries. It's for native-bred trios. It's a maiden special weight race. Number 1, Traditional Boy, yet to do well against maiden special weight horses. Number 2, still made of Traditional Boy from the Garrison Brother camp. It is what it is. Is also another who does better in the condition races. Number 5, Clara's Vision, last week was loudly whispered and ran an even race on debut after breaking very slowly out the gates. Well, breaking awkward, I should say. Darted to the right and then to the left and got straightened. Wasn't really pushed by Lyndon Stedman in the early after that unfamiliar start. Quickly back from the debut on the 28th of November, going 5.5 furlongs when she finished third, 6.25 lengths to Prosecco and Morse Code. Has a funny action. I'm not sure that 7.5 furlongs will suit this horse based on that action that she has, but in a race such as this, she only has to improve to have an outstanding chance. Here, the tongue tie and cheek pieces will be on. Interesting, the weight that this horse will be having now, and it is nicely handicapped. Number 8, Military Shot, gets first time Lasix after 4 career starts without. Number 10, Another Champion. Ran okay on the 20th of November, going a mile, finishing, well, closed mildly, finished 4.5 lengths behind Rhodes the Indian, Miss HJF, who's here again. And, broke slowly and wasn't really a serious factor. Came back a week after the 27th of November in Blinkers, going 6.5 furlongs and ran way off, 13 and 8 to JJ's Warrior and Trojan Warrior, 2 warriors. Um, the blinkers is off this time, and no fitter was 3 lengths behind number 12, Miss HJF, who was second in that race that I spoke about when this horse ran fourth. Should be given them a chance. Very well bred horse, but due to certain conditions in earlier stage after being born, we get this horse. But saw this one this morning and looking sharp. Let's see what will happen. Number 12, Miss HJF, ran 3 consecutive seconds at this approximate distance. Gets the informed rider, Omar Walker, a good chance now for connection. Number 12, Miss HJF. Number 10, another champion. Number 5, Clara's Vision. One of those should win. Number 2, it is what it is. For fourth, taking a shot with military shot as an outsider for Swift Spot. Race 6. This one goes a mile or 1,600 meters. 13 were declared for children up. It's an optional claim race, 450 to 550,000, as well as native bred foals and up, who've never won 4 races, and also eligible are imported 5 years and up, who has never won a race. Interesting. Number 1, Diligent, comes in very light and up a tab in claim from 400 to 500,000. Recently was third, 9 lengths behind the horse Tradition after prompting the pace. Diligent could, up in grade. I'm not expecting this one to really hit the board, but could be on the lower end of the board in fourth as well as fifth for the high 5 players. The 3 Wings Choice has speed and from this new barn could improve to get the better of these, seeing that this trainer is a very good horseman, a very good trainer, and he has had enough time to make Swing Choice a better horse. Number 4, Bloodfire, won easily on the 15th of November, going 7 furlongs. Pulled away with about 6.5 lengths, beating Silver Tap, who's here again, and Dr. Gray. Not much that this horse is bettered, but in the past, Bloodfire has run against some very good horses. Has the potential then for me to make this 2 in a row against these. Number 6, Berry Boy, in for a tag and very light. Number 7, My Time Now, very unreliable colt who is placed in, I would say, low claim for the leading trainer, Jason DaCosta. The 2021 champion jockey designate, Anthony Thomas, he takes the call this time around. Even so, I'm not too comfortable with this horse, its present condition, but surely he has to be considered. Number 9, he can dance down in this class due to the condition of the racing office presented for those to enter. This horse will go without a tag. Gets Shane Ellis, who knows him well, and to the newest wants to show he's a better dancer than Jason DaCosta here. We will see tomorrow, don't it? Yes. But then Silver Tap, better suited to the strip than that 5 furlong round race almost a week ago. Finished 6.25 lengths behind Bloodfire into second, and Silver Tap. There is a reason why this horse went under 5 furlong round race, surely. But I don't see him winning this one. But he should run well, very well, indeed. Number 11, Corlando could find a middle order exotic spot. So my selection, number 4, Bloodfire from number 9, he can dance. Number 7, My Time Now. Number 3, Wings Choice Very, very, very dangerous horse. Number 10, Silver Tap, should be somewhere thereabout in your lower exotics. Race 7, 5 furlong straight or 1,000 meters straight. 10 horses were declared. It's for native-bred 5-year-olds and up. It's a restricted allowance race for allowance horses who have not won 2 of those allowance race in this class. And the 3 Black Royalty, heavily raced, but should be able to get on the board in a field such as this. Number 4, 4,000, gets the informed apprentice Andre Powell aboard, could be considered for yellow exotics also. Number 5, Bad Board Theodore, possibly for a top 4 placing. Number 7, Money Marshall, came off a hiatus and lost in a head bob on the 6th of November, going 4.5 furlongs straight, was up with the leaders and failed by a short head to beat Falling Forever. Back here now, very light, has a good chance of winning. Number 8, Star Lee, more suited to this route than that 6.5 furlongs last week. Number 7, Money Marshall. Number 8, Star Lee. Number 3, Black Royalty. Number 5, Bad Board Theodore. Number 4, 4,000. Race 8. And this is where the cards get interesting. All right, this race is the feature, the Nonsuch Sprint Trophy. Nonsuch, one of the best horses to have raced in Jamaica, and a horse that those who were born in the 30s and 40s and 50s remember this horse vividly. Kenny Mattis, trainer and jockey. Well, he rode as a jockey, he rode this horse. 7 entries, 6 furlongs or 1,200 meters for choosing up. Open allowance. It's the greatest stakes race, a greater race for a purse of $1.5 million. This race has horses for only 3 trainers. The top 3, Jason DaCosta, Anthony Nunes, and Gary Silbrati. Number 1, Eagle One, a 4-year Bay Gallon by Astrology, out of Frisky Cheerleader by Roar. Breeder Elizabeth Nord, owner Carlton Watson, the groom Leon Walker, the Cardenas Rides for Jason DaCosta. Number 2, Duke, groomed by Dwight Lawrence. This 5-year-old gray horse is by Casual Chick, out of Lady Macbeth by Bob. Breeder Michael Bernard, the owner of the Success Farm. Robert Haldane, again, rides maybe his favorite horse for Gary Sobrati. Duke, looking to win 4 straight races tomorrow and surely can accomplish same, has been walking in the air since that last race, so he's super fit. Picture of a very fit horse. When I saw this horse on Wednesday, climbing in the skies en route to his stable. Number 3, She's a Wonder, born the 4th of April, a trio Bay filly by Bernard Editors, Jamaican Dream by Southern Alo. Breeder, trainer Richard Azan, and trainer Ian Prasad, and Paradise Racing. Owner, Karen Prasad, wife of trainer Ian Prasad, and Henry Pratt. The groom, Kenneth Capel. Anthony Thomas rides for Ian Prasad. What happened on last, the 20th of November, after working brilliantly? This horse was making his 2nd consecutive start at the 6 furlong distance, and as the 1-2 favorite flopped to finish 6, 5 lengths behind Duke, still made Father Patrick, and also still made Roger the pilot. Broke slowly at the gates, not a good sign. Didn't really look the part, the week in that race. Here, 3 weeks after, she came back on the exercise track on the 25th of November out the gates. Galloped a mile in 1:44 first, 7 furlongs in 1:28 in his fifth. She looked very happy this week. Well, even happier than before that last race. So, let's see if she's a wonder, can stave off one or two of her opponents, who, I should say, Duke, for one, could have won that race, that she's a wonder, bettered him by 1 1/4 lengths on the 2nd of October. Duke had to meander in the latter part of the race and lost valuable grounds. Number 3, Awesome Treasure, followed by filly, an American importee by Awesome, of course, by Bossy Gal, out of Pioneer of the Nile, middle racing stable, bred this horse, the Success Farm, second horse here, owned by the Success Farm for this race. Anthony Unit, Gary Chabad trains, Nathan Parry, the groom. Number 5, Sparkle Diamond, groomed by Aaron Lamy. 5, Chestnut Horse, by Include, out of Min's Connection, by Candy Ride. Brayton Jones was the breeder of this US imported horse. Stephen Nairn Singh has acquired this horse for over a year ago, and he still owns it. Tevin Foster rides for reigning champion trainer Anthony Nunes. Sparkle Diamond won with much in hand and last, and was pulled up at the 5.5 furlong marker, and when turned en route to the winner's enclosure, was full of running as if he wanted to race again. Good sign for a horse that showed how good his condition is at present. Only in the Passard trained Mahogany did a faster time than he, over 7 furlongs so far this season, and that time was 1:25 and 2/5. Mahogany, I think, went 1:24 and 3/5. Sparkle Diamond was once regarded as one of the top horses in Jamaica. He really looked the part and last. Very interesting what comes tomorrow. Number 6 was Jean the Pilot, 5-year-old bay horse by Liquidity out of Am Magic by Alicia's. Breeder Wise 95 Limited, owner Rome, the groom O'Shane Wallace, Omar Walker ride for Ian Passard. Versatile horse who should get at least a top 4 slot. At this point in time, I should really applaud quite a number of owners in the Ian Passard barn who have acquired quite a number of horses and have recently acquired some mares in foal at the Keelan sale. That's one of the top sales.
Check out KD's Vehicle Headlamp and Restoration. Our headlamps are fine sanded, buffed, and 9H coated with a 2-year guarantee. Price starting at $4,500. Internal restoration and modification starts at $8,000. To make an appointment today, call us at 876-824-6186.
John the Pilot, and most recently, Brinks. The Open Gate Show applauds Team Passard. Number 7, Father Patrick, stablemate of number 6 for John the Pilot. This 5-year-old bay gelding by Nuclear Wayne out of late appeal by Appealing Guy. Breeder Edison Chai, owner P. Ellis, Steve Pragnell, Cole Letarg, and H. Pratt. Frank Spencer, the groom. Frank Spencer is the groom of Mahogany, Father Patrick, John the Pilot, and anything else? The top groom at Ian Passard's barn. Shane Nugent rides this horse for Passard. Speedy Sword, who has it all to do with the present form that he has. Number 2, Duke. From number 6 for John the Pilot. Number 3, She's a Wonder. Number 5, Sparkle Diamond. Number 1, Eagle One. Well, all right, let's put him there. Okay, we are at the penultimate race, race number 9. And this race goes 7 furlongs or 1,400 meters, 11 entries for imported chosen up with number 1 3 races as well as native bred Creoles and foals who have never won 4. Jason Acosta, the leading trainer, has 5 entries here to Anthony Nunes 2. Very interesting race. Number 2, 3 Times Lucky, ran 126 with 115 pounds on the 4th of September going the 7 furlong journey, pulling away by 4 lengths, beating Iron Links and Buffy. Paper Light, 3 Times Lucky, would have to improve, although working well, which could signal that she has a chance of getting into the top 3 or 4. She should, On the 20th of November, went 5.5 in 1, 7 and 4/5 by 5 furlongs in 1, 1 and 2. The 3 press conference has pace, but up in grade against better, has much improvement to make for the win at least. Number 4 Genesis has been taking the task since last race, and Paul Francis remains, so the Genesis could be more focused, surely, than her last 3 races. The 5 Billy Wiz, what can I say? But only a major mishap could stop this horse for tomorrow. Even though Nemesis is number 7, Santorini, and 1 or 2 is present. Number 6, Anna Links, consistent, but will have it all to do to get into the top 3, but could surely get into the low exotics. Number 7, Santorini, running much better since the tongue tie came off in September. Gets another chance to outdo adversary. Number 5, Billy Wiz. I don't think that he can beat Billy Wiz. Number 10, stablemate of Billy Wiz. Dangerous Horse's horse. It's Den Street. Anthony Thomas gets the call. Came off a sojourn to race on the 27th of September. And didn't do much. 7 by 12 lengths behind stablemate Lawrence Lucy, Secret Identity, Nuclear Known. Tough race that is. And I've had 2 more starts since that. Not sure how focused Den Street was then. Is 1 of 5 here for title chasing trainer, Jason Acosta. Number 11, Burn Notice, was in front of stablemate number 7, Santorini, the last time this horse raced on the 28th of November. Only 1.5 lengths behind Santorini was behind this one. Wasn't really interested in the race, in my opinion. And when I say not interested, I'm not saying that the jockey or the trainer wasn't, but didn't break all that well, and it took a while to get going. Possibly could be more sharper this time. Anyway, number 5, Billy Wiz, from number 10, Den Street. Number 11, Burn Notice. Number 6, Iron Links. Number 7, Santorini. 7.5 furlongs or 1,300 or 1,500 meters. That's the distance for race 10. 10 starters. Ooh, maybe number 10 wins. Number 10, Supreme Soul. Could be a rake. Anyway, this race 4 trips it up. It's an overnight 11th race. The top 3 trainers hold strong here. Philip Fiani is also excessive force could be added. Anyway, number 2, Fred was blocked twice on last. That was the race on the 20th of November. 7 furlongs when he finished 5 lengths, second to Sparkle Diamond. This horse broke slowly from the gates and could have run better. Gets 57 kilos now. And I don't like him to win, but chances are he could. He is a very good horse. Number 4, Excessive Force. Very good colt, but very unpredictable as well. This was important. He did suffer injuries in that last race. The race that I'm Fred ran in and was 2.25 lengths behind I'm Fred. Better suited with the handicaps against I'm Fred, but chances are maybe these two horses, I'm Fred and Excessive Force, fight out this race. Or surely I'm expecting both of these horses to be in the top 4. Number 5, Uncle Frank, interested Anthony Thomas remains to ride. Number 6, El Professor, only needs to duplicate that within display as on the 28th of June, is it? Yes. Going 7.5 furlongs over this version. Won easily by 3.75 lengths, beating DJ's Boy and Deborah Crown. If Focus could get into the top 3, surely. Number 7, Big Daddy, ran out of his norm by going to the leaders in that last race with Sparkle Diamond and ended up 3rd, 6.75 lengths. If he comes off the pace this time and is timed better, could get into the top 3 surely. Number 9, Legality, down in class over well, I should say it's pet distance, approximate pet distance. For trainer Anthony Nunes, Legality has a very good chance of winning. Number 10, Supreme Soul, ran okay, considering the distance in first-time blinkers on the 6th of November, going 5 furlongs round, finished 7th, 5.5 lengths behind Nuclear Noon, Alexis Lodge and Deep Blue Sea. Came back without the blinkers on the 30th of November, a week after, and ran awful against further and beyond Billy Wills in Calculus. Back down to the overnight 11th race, could be given a look in. That was his 3rd run of a Sajan. So maybe Supreme Soul will be more focused than his last 3 races. Anyway, number 9, Legality. Number 6, El Professor. Number 4, Excessive Force. Number 7, Big Daddy. Number 2, I Am Fred. I don't know. 10th race could create a mild upset. That's Supreme Soul. That's it for the Open Gate Show. Remember to be careful. Remember, still wear a mask. Practice social distancing. Sanitize your hands and surely rehydrate yourself with pure water. Pure Pride Jamaican bottled water. Join me next Friday when I'll analyze Saturday, 11th race card. Take care.